Hi kids, welcome to BEA Higher Primary School SN Layout Davangere, Class 3rd, Subject English, Second Semester Portion The Girl Who Hated Books, Part 2, written by Manjusha Pawagi. Children, in last class you have seen that Meena hated books, but her parents keep buying books and stored in her home in every place. When she was slipped from the pile of books, books went flying. There were prince, princess, fairies, and frogs, wolf, and purple giraffe dropped on the ground one after another from the book. There were elephants, emperors, bunch of monkeys, twisted up in themselves. Rabbits were falling this and that way. There were wild rabbits, white rabbits, and rabbits with hats. Meena sat there in the middle of it all, and she surprised by looking all of these animals. She said, "I thought books were full of words, not rabbits." Her dining room filled with all type of animals. She couldn't find out her dining room. The elephant was balancing on a coffee table, juggling the good china plates. Here, juggling in the circus, you have seen that in the circus, jokers throw and catch many objects in the air one after other. Meena shouted, "Stop! Everything! Go back, all of you!" But none of them worked. When she tried to send them back into the book again, but again 4 ducks came out from the book. Meena don't know how to send back the animals into the book. She asked one of the animal, "Who are you?" "A is for Adrok," said one animal angrily. Then she thought another idea. She picked up the nearest book and began to read aloud. Once upon a time, Meena began. In a land far, far away, all the creatures heard her reading and came closer to her and sat in circle around her. When Meena reached the top of the second page, the cat said, "That's us. That's our page. That's our book." They all jumped into her lap and disappeared into the book. Meena closed her book very fast because she don't want to let them come out again from the book. She began to read another story books one by one. The creatures gone to their original place in the storybook. At last there was just one little rabbit in a blue coat left in the room. Meena slowly picked up a book called The Tale of Peter Rabbit. Meena thought to keep that rabbit with her, but Rabbit felt nervous and it wanted to go back to home. So Meena decided to send back that rabbit. Meena opened the last book. The rabbit hopped in, and with a flash of his white cotton tail, he was gone into the book. The house became very silent. Her cat Max sat on some books, washing his face with his paws, means hands. Meena became relaxed and happy because she solved the problem of disturbance by the animals. Meena looked around in her home that still books were lying on the ground. She smiled and started reading books one after another. When her parents came back in the afternoon, they didn't believe their eyes that she could read all the books herself. In her house, so many damages were made by the animals. They are that curtains were gone and dishes were broken and the table legs were broken. In spite of all of this, parents became very happy because Meena was sitting in the middle of the room and started reading a books. Her parents become very happy because she learnt how to read after this situation. Here, this part of the lesson is completed. Let's watch the animated video. Thank you, children.
Mina's house was full of books. They were everywhere. And not just on bookshelves and bedside tables where books usually are, but in all sorts of places where books usually aren't. Worse still, her parents were always bringing home more books. They kept buying books and borrowing books and ordering books from catalogs. Mina's parents loved to read. They read at breakfast and lunch and dinner. Mina, on the other hand, thought all those books were rather in the way. One morning, Mina called for her cat.
Max?
But Max didn't come.
Max? Where are you?
There he was. On top of all the books her parents kept buying her, and she kept refusing to read.
What are you doing up there? I'll get you down. Whoa, this is so not happening. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, no! Oh no, oh no! Oh no, oh no, they're wrecking the house! Stop! Stop! Everybody get back in the books! Gotcha! Why won't you go in? Come on! Why won't they stay in the box?
E is for aardvark. A is for aardvark. A is for aardvark.
And B is for book.
Don't even think about it, kiddo. That's not my book.
Okay, but if this was your book, would you go back in?
I might.
And what about the others? Would they go back too?
Well, they wouldn't go in my book, if that's what you're asking.
So how do I know which is your book?
E is for aardvark.
Why won't you help
A
me?
is for aardvark. A is for aardvark. Figure it out for yourself, kiddo. E is for
I just want to go home, but I don't know which is my book.
Is it this one?
What's it say?
I don't know. Just read it and find out.
I can't.
You can't read?
No!
I can't believe I'm gonna do this. This is so dumb. Once upon a time in a land far, far away, there lived 3 little pigs. Does that sound familiar?
There's no pigs in my book.
Wait! Read that again!
Once upon a time in a land far, far away, there lived 3 little pigs.
That's us! That's our page! That's our book! Yippee!
Huh. A is for aardvark.
This is my stop. Goodbye, everybody.
But what about my book?
We'll just have to keep reading until we find it. The ducks in the pond said quack, quack, quack. The rabbit went hippity-hop down the road. The giraffe loped across the plain. Now in the forest lived a wolf.
Oh, that's me.
Deep in the jungle, high up in the trees, lived a band of chattering monkeys. Ugh. Somebody stop those monkeys! Come on, monkeys, give me the book. Ugh. Bad monkeys! Take that! Ugh. stupid monkeys. Deep in the jungle, high up in the trees, lived a band of chattering monkeys. There. So, are there going to be any more interruptions? Good. Now, where were we? Once upon a time, in a land...
One by one, Mina began reading all of her books. And one by one, the creatures found out where they belonged.
This was much too much for the poor cowherd. The elephant lifted his trunk and trumpeted. Sleeping in the cave was a great bear. The soldier raised his sword and they all lived happily ever after. There. Phew. Aw, come here, kitty. Where were you hiding? It's okay. Now it's just you and me, Max. Do you think we'll ever see them again? What do you think they're all up to now?
When Mina's parents came in that afternoon, they couldn't believe their eyes. Not because the curtains were gone and the dishes were broken and the table legs were all chewed up, but because there, in the middle of the room, was Mina. She was reading a book,